Hi students, today we'll be talking about interdependence of the four business functions as well as how technology affects these functions. Today you are learning how to explain how the business functions interact and depend on one another. Then you're going to analyze the impact of technology on the business operations as well as decision making. And you need to be able to learn how to use specific examples to support your analysis in exam style questions. Now let's have a look at business interdependence. So last week we went through this briefly. So let's have an example where there is an increase in demand for a business goods, for example. This increase in demand puts pressure on the operations to produce more goods in order to meet the customer demand. When more goods are produced and to meet the high demand, this increases the revenue and increases the budget for finance and provides more funds that the business can use. Finance then provides the funds to HR as human resources now needs to hire more staff as there might be an increase in the need of staff in order to meet the increase in demand. So for example, if you are a factory that's producing goods and now there is an increase in customer demand, you might need more staff to be able to produce those goods, or even to work in finance and operations to be able to process the extra financial statements or work with suppliers, and therefore there is a need for HR to hire more staff. And by when HR supplies staff to the business, this goes into the three other different business functions. And then when marketing has an increased budget now because of the increase in revenue, marketing has the capability to help push that demand again with the use of different campaigns. Now let's have a look at why interdependence between the four business functions is important. Now, no function operates independently. Every department relies on the other departments in order to succeed. So let's have a look at the chain reaction. So marketing increases the customer demand. Now operations need to increase the production to meet that demand. And finance need to fund the expansion of the production capacity. So finance need to come up with the money and the budget in order to increase the need of production to produce more goods. Therefore, in order to meet the need of production to increase more goods, HR, human resources, need to hire more staff to run the new production lines. So if one link fails, one of the function fails, the whole chain is affected. It's like a domino effect. Now let's have a look at technology and how it affects finance. Some of the key technologies that finance use is accounting software to help keep track of the financial statements. So for example, the MYOB keeps track of the amount that the business has to pay suppliers when the suppliers invoice a business. That goes into the software, and it makes it easier for finance to keep track and make sure that their bills are getting paid and that their invoices are getting paid. Now, they use online payment systems. This is to pay suppliers such as PayPal and Stripe, as well as financial analytical tools in order to forecast demand. Now, how does this impact the business? There's increased efficiency. Using automated invoicing, such as Xero and MYOB, does save time. There is real-time data where cash flow is visible through these systems instantly and the business can access it, as well as to help improve decision making. So by having automated invoicing, increasing efficiency, and being able to access real-time data, there is better budgeting and investment strategies that the business can do. Now let's have a look at technologies used in marketing and how this impacts the business. Some of the key technologies used in marketing would be social media platforms such as Instagram and LinkedIn. Now, marketing uses data analytics to help track customers. For example, in the banks, they have a system where they track customers. And as they have new marketing campaigns, such as new new types of loan that they can offer to customers, they use the data analytics to find out which customers is suitable for this loan before sending the information out. Now, some other forms of marketing would be digital advertising, such as Google Ads that you see online, and SEO. How does this impact the business? Now, targeted advertising is where ads reach the specific demographics that you need, therefore reducing waste. Instead of just sending the ads to everyone, for example, if you're looking at traditional ads where you're putting paper ads in the mailbox, that does waste a lot of paper, whereas streamline technology to track your customers and send the ad based on your customer profile does reduce waste and help to make sure that you're reaching the right customer that you're targeting. Now, because of technology, you've got a bigger reach as well. You're not just looking at local, but you're looking at global audience all over the world, 24/7. With this, you help to improve your competitiveness as a business, and small businesses are able to compete with bigger companies using smart digital strategies. Now let's have a look at how technology helps HR. What are some key technologies that is used? First important platform would be the recruitment platforms that human resources use in order to post jobs, to put up job posts and hire employees. So these are some platforms such as Seek and LinkedIn. They also use payroll systems to help them keep track of employees' pay benefits such as annual leaves, pay per hour, and this helps to generate automatic pay slips for employees instead of the HR having to create each pay slip individually. This helps to reduce time and makes it more efficient. There is also remote work software such as Zoom and Teams that is not used not just in the workplace but in school as well. Now, how does this impact the business? This allows HR to hire faster by speeding up the recruitment process using digital applications that help to speed up the recruitment process. This helps to improve communication. Collaboration tools online helps to connect teams anywhere. Remote work software such as Zoom and Teams also allows for remote work and better work-life balance, true flexibility. Now let's have a look at how technology affects operations in a business. Some of the key technologies that is used is automation, where they use robotics in manufacturing. There's also inventory software that helps to keep track of the stock that the business has, as well as AI systems that helps to tell the business which machines need maintenance. How does this impact the business? So this helps to increase productivity as machines and robots work faster than humans, and they are better equipped at making sure that products are up to standard. First, reduce errors as automation minimizes errors compared to humans doing it. There is also lower long-term costs by reducing waste through the use of robots and labor cost over time. Let's have a look at here. When you have automation technology in your operations, it helps to increase your productivity and reduce your errors at work. Now, when it's automation in finance, there is a high initial cost. However, it results in long-term savings. If you look at the bigger picture, technology acts as a multiplier where it increases the capabilities of each business functions and the interdependence between them. So when operations adopts AI, finance need to manage the high capital costs with paying for the initial AI. And when marketing uses data analytics, operations need to adjust their productions in order to match the predicted demand trends. Now, modern business management is about using these functions seamlessly using technology. Now, what sort of steps can we use to analyze the impact in the business? First, you need to identify change. You need to state the specific technology, such as, is it automation or social media? And then you need to state the impact on the specific function. So for example, what sort of function is it affecting? So if you identify the change as automation, how is it affecting and which function is it affecting? So automation would affect the operations. That results in faster production. That is one example of identifying change and linking the direct effect on the business function. Now you need to explain as well the flow-on effects on how this affects other functions. For example, higher sales would mean that you need more finance.